speaking of rock and roll, we've had rhythm and blues, drum and bass. Now, the latest pairing to shake the music scene is, drumroll please, heavy metal and church organs. I kid you not. Organic metal gigs are starting to take place in churches, and one of the people behind them is heavy metal guitarist Mark Minert from Manchester.
My dad took me to Liverpool Cathedral when I was 8, and I will never forget the impact of hearing this huge behemoth of an instrument that you actually don't just hear, you feel it. Hearing Toccata and Fugue at 8 years old just resonating through your chest cavity was quite an experience, one that wasn't quite replicated till my dad took me to my first rock gig when I was 12. My name's Mark Minert, and I am one of the guitarists in the band Plague of Angels. I had done a pipe organ recording with David Pipe, who is the pipe organist of the Diocese of Leeds, and he'd recorded this pipe organ for a black metal band that I was producing. But then he said, "Have you got any ideas for putting on a gig that would bring a new audience to hearing the pipe organ?"
I'm David Pipe. I'm organist at Huddersfield Town Hall, and I was the organist for Plague of Angels at Organic Metal. In terms of the organ, I think it really proves that this instrument isn't just something that's a hymn machine. You know, people hear it at Christmas, at Easter. We are aware that churches are struggling, many churches, in terms of numbers of people going to services. So if your main reason for having an organ is not really there, it's much more difficult in some circles, I think, to prove the point of having one. As we all know, organs are huge instruments. They're very expensive just to tune, let alone to overhaul, to clean. So I think doing something like this brings the organ into a slightly more, dare I say, relevant, in some people's minds, sphere.
I am Annabelle, the vocalist of Plague of Angels. I remember that one moment in rehearsal where, strolled to the back of the church as the band played on and the organ. And when the organ hit, oh my God, the impact of that sound. And it worked. It actually worked. It was absolutely incredible. Being someone who loves to explore and experiment, it was a match made in heaven.
Hopefully it's the thing we could take around the country, ideally to churches that are questioning, well, does our organ really have a role in this building?
There have been churches up in Scotland that have wanted to do this, that have actually come to us and said, OK, there's this church in Edinburgh, this is what we've got. And we're now looking at the logistics of taking the package to other venues. We're talking about how incredible and how versatile an instrument the pipe organ is. And we are literally sleepwalking towards losing all of that. The project, which is referred to as Organic Metal, is not going to save pipe organs on its own, but it's going to hopefully generate interest in the pipe organ and go some way towards protecting it.
There's more on this story tonight on The One Show on BBC One from 7 o'clock. There you go. Organic metal. Have you heard of that before?